Hi, and welcome to round one of the ARB Off Road Racing Series for 2015. I'm David Brickhill, and from the entire team of Off-Road Images, we're proud to bring you all the action from the ARB Griffith 400. So sit back, relax for an exciting episode, proudly brought to you by ARB, Cooper Tyres, Nava, and the Griffith Off Road Racing Club.
My name's Matt Ryan with the Griffith Off Road Club. Just want to welcome everyone here to our property at Stackpoole, a 4,000 acre property in southern New South Wales, which is home of the ARB Griffith 400.
Teams travelled far and wide to take part in the ARB Griffith 400, the first major event of the 2015 off-road racing season. Usually held in July, the Griffith Off Road Club brought the event forward to March this year, and very little rain in the lead up to the event presented competitors with a dry and dusty track, opposed to the usually wet and heavy track of July. It was a popular decision, and the event attracted some of the best and the brightest off-road racing talent in the country. In all, 84 competitors lined up to take on all 4 laps of the 100k long Stackpoole Loop track across the weekend. The Stackpoole property is steeped in off-road racing history. The name Stackpoole, originating after Keith Poole and Bernie Stack, took outright honours in the first off-road event held on the property in the 1970s. Of the 80 competitors who started the ARB Griffith 400 Prologue, an impressive 52 teams were classified as finishers. Of those, 36 teams managed to complete the full race distance of 400 kilometres, while a further 16 teams completed 3 laps, which was enough to claim championship and series points. The ARB Griffith 400 top 10 consisted of 8 pro buggies, 1 extreme 2-wheel drive and 1 pro light buggy. Despite the dry conditions, dust wasn't really a problem for the competitors, helped by generous 1-minute start intervals and the introduction of Parc Fermé before the restart of Sunday's lap 4. After 400 kilometres of the Stackpole off-road racing, it was the Fuchs Lubricant Exact Mining Services entry of Jack Rhodes and David Paulino who secured the outright win of their Nissan-powered Jimco Aussie Special, pulling off a back-to-back ARB Griffith 400 title. Rhodes and Paulino took full advantage of the lead after Saturday's withdrawal of fastest qualifier and previous event winner Glenn Owen, who suffered head gasket dramas in his Racer Imports Jimco. In the end, Rhodes and Paulino finished the event with a lead of 5 minutes and 37 seconds, followed by the Quality Sand Ceramics Honda-powered JT Lustrum Pro Buggy of John Powers and Bruce Young. Towers and Young clocked consistently fast lap times to grab second place from Stackpoole property owner Andy Ryan and his navigator Dave Smith. The pair had alternator issues on the first lap of Sunday morning in their ABR Farming Fury Automotive Illumicraft. Although they finished Saturday's 1 lap in second outright, their alternator problems on Sunday eventually saw them relegated to 6th outright and 5th in class. The fight for the final place on the podium went down to the wire, with Greg Gardner, Jamie Jennings in the CJM Toyo Tyres Ford F-150 edging out the Edmunds Engineering Albanese Castrol Pro Buggy of Mark Burrows and Colin Hodge by just 1.3 seconds. Gardner put in extremely consistent lap times, with only 4.37 seconds deviation in his times across the 4 laps. Gardner's day was not without its dramas, however. After greeting the checkered flag and in process of lining up on the podium display, an oil leak resulted in a small fire underneath the Ford F-150. Quick action from the crews and other competitors and officials ensured minimal damage was done to the vehicle. Despite missing out on the podium, Mark Burrows, Colin Hodge finished 1.3 seconds behind Gardner and Jennings, and in the process recorded a standard deviation of 24.3 seconds across their 4 laps, making them the 4th most consistent team for the event. The husband and wife team of Aaron and Liz Habby rounded out the top 5 in their Mickey Thompson Manham Auto Chev V8 powered Element Prodigy Pro Buggy, just 3 minutes 27 seconds behind Burrows and Hodge. Taking 7th overall behind the aforementioned Andy Ryan and Dave Smith was Brad Chasemore in his single-seat Lindsay Tyres Bayswater Truck Centre Jimco. Chasemore, who scored a standard deviation of just 24.3 seconds over the 4 laps, was the 3rd most consistent driver of the event. As for first teams to have nominated for Racer Imports' Most Consistent Contingency Award, however, he was rewarded for his consistency with that title. Late into Parc Fermé for Sunday's lap 3 was Gerald Reid and Aaron Saliba. the pair having contended with Clutch Master cylinder dramas in their Gulf Western Oil, Springwood, Car Care, Metal Image Roofing, Later Engineering BCR. A costly 4 minutes and 25 seconds into the service break dropped them from a potential 5th outright to 8th overall. Nevertheless, the duo proved extremely consistent over the 4 laps with a deviation in the lap time of just 12.2 seconds. Carl Habby and Wayne Tate slotted into 9th outright in their second Mickey Thompson Habby's bulk transport element off-road prodigy. Rounding out the top 10 and the first pro-light buggy to cross the line was Cam McClellan and Kane Lutet in the Bailey's Transport McClellan contract harvesting Toyota-powered Rimco. The run wasn't trouble-free. They had to regroup after a minor on-track incident with the car limping into the pits, which resulted in bent steering components. The team managed to fix the steering in the service break prior to their next lap. As well as new faces, the ARB Griffith 400 saw the return to the sport of Australian off-road racing champion Craig Martin. Martin, who retired from competitive racing in the late 1980s, showed that he hadn't lost any of his passion, talent or ability that won him 4 Australian off-road championship titles, finishing his return event 13th outright in his V8 Chev-powered Alpha Pro buggy. Cameron McClellan and Kane Lutz 10th outright was achieved in a time of 4 hours 27 minutes and 35 seconds, giving them the Pro Light class victory, and in doing so banking maximum ARB Off-Road Racing Championship points and getting their 2015 campaign off to a flying start. McClellan and Lutet edged out the son and father team of David and Brian Middlemiss in the Greg Slade Cartage Contracting Sanford Tyres Ballarat Cougar by 1 minute and 25, with both teams recording consistently fast lap times. The South Australian team of Darryl Neeson and Andrew Harness finished 5 minutes behind Middlemiss to secure the 3rd Pro Light class in their Nissan-powered score, making their trip across the Hay Plain well worthwhile. Warrielda's Sam Egan and Adam Gimskin in the Edge Plumbing Warrielda Crave Food and Catering Gymco. Head of Luke Ergig and Daniel Zabinski in the Racer Imports Ergig Motorsport Matrix. Ergig and Zabinski had to stop to replace a fan belt during Saturday's 1 lap, and when forced to stop again to change a flat tyre on Saturday's last lap, which resulted in them finish 18 minutes down on earlier lap times. 14 minutes in arrears, Jason Noonan and Robert Patterson, who recorded consistent lap times in their Gymco, to finish 6th in class, 15 minutes ahead of David Menham and Andrew Glasgow, also in a Gymco, and the last Pro Light team to complete all 4 laps. The Stackpoole track contests the stamina, the staying power of the best drivers in their machines, and so it takes a bold driver to attempt the 100k track 4 times in a sportsman buggy. But that's exactly what Ellie Howes and Marcus Blanche did both, completing full race distance and rewarding the sportsman class with a 100% finishing rate. Ellie Howes, one of only 2 female drivers competing in the ARB Griffith 400, is no stranger to off-road racing. However, this was her first attempt at a true long course event. With Brad Bannigan in the navigator's seat, Howes drove the Unicab Riva Master at the top of the sportsman class timesheets for a 33rd outright, a superb effort. Locals Marcus Blanche, John Wade finished 11 minutes in arrears in what was their first competitive drive in the Solar Mad Griffiths Auto Smash Ken Wade Mechanics Reeve Master. The Extreme 4-wheel drive class competitors also had a productive weekend at Griffith, all 3 teams completing full race distance. Owen Ward, Sandy Bowman took the class win in the Mickey Thompson Oz 4-wheel drive Pro Finish Roofing King Shocks Nissan Navara, with a 10-minute buffer over Jason Whitaker and Anthony LaCastro in the Efficient Air Uptech Off-Road Flowcraft Engines Nissan Patrol. Brad Burton and Emily Hoffman in the No Trub Construction Polaris 900 XP finished 30 minutes behind Whitaker to take home the 3rd in the Extreme 4-wheel drive class. A strong contingent of the Super 1650 competitors greeted the start of the ARB Griffith 400. New South Wales Off-Road Championship points, others looking to open up their ARB Off-Road Racing Series bank account. The clear winner in the Super 1650 class for the weekend was 2nd generation off-roader Daniel Wells. Wells, poling in the Glendarren Auto Panels Bunderson Special, had stepped out from his multiple Australian Championship father Darren Shadow and made a name for himself as a quick, consistent driver in the Super 1650 class. His record at Griffith is flawless, winning the Super 1650 title for the 3rd consecutive year. After a close tussle with Derek Rose and Luke Gilkinson's Southern Cross, Wells and Price claimed victory by 5 minutes. Local Peter Hunt and Tom Beering in the ex-Russell Hartlett Matt Owen Cougar clocked in a 3rd class behind Rose, a great effort for his first competitive drive in the Irons Ag Earth Repairs PLSE Hunt Farming TS Veering live sponsored buggy. Carl Power and daughter Shani's introduction to the competitive off-road racing was successful, the local team securing a 4th in the Super 1650 bug class. We hope you've enjoyed all the action from round 1 of the ARB Griffith 400. And on behalf of all the sponsors, volunteers and race teams, we look forward to bringing you round 2 of the ARB Off-Road Racing Series as we head to Victoria for the MBL Sea Lake Mallee Rally ARB 350.